Okay, we've reached the 3 o'clock hour.
Okay.
On behalf of Temple Israel, and turn it over to Tamara, who certainly can share with us about today's concert and introduce Ken and give everyone an opportunity to get into their easy chair in their listening position and enjoy a wonderful concert sponsored by Temple Israel and Tamara and Barry Freeman. So we're thrilled to have everyone here. Have your listening ears on, and Tamara, please share, introduce, and welcome.
Thank you. Bob, this is Bob. In case you don't know Bob Smolin, he's from Temple Israel. And Bob, what is your current title at the Temple? I can never keep track of all the things that you do.
Program manager.
Program manager, one of around 100 hats that you've worn over the years. So Bob, thank you very much for doing this.
Welcome.
And welcome everybody to an afternoon of beautiful music. I'm going to ask you to please mute yourselves at this point in time and introduce our artist for this afternoon, Maestro Ken Corneille. Ken Corneille has been an organist, music director, music minister, and cantor at many parishes in the New York Archdiocese. His most recent position is at St. Anthony's Parish in Yonkers, New York, where he serves as music director and organist, choir director, and cantor. Ken is an active recitalist, pipe organist, and has played in many churches in the United States and Canada. He performs in recitals with his beautiful wife, Peggy, who is a concert flutist. Ken's latest recital was in September of 2018 at St. Patrick's Cathedral in New York City. Ken is also a published composer. Since 2018, Ken Corneille has composed 6 symphonies, a suite for 2 tenor saxophones and piano, a suite for piccolo, trumpet, and piano, 2 suites for oboe and string quartet, a suite for string quartet and double bass, a string quartet, and 135 preludes and fugues for piano. And this was all since the beginning of COVID last March in 2020. Ken has also written 3 masses for liturgical use in the Roman Catholic liturgy during this past year. Ken, that is amazing. I don't think Johann Sebastian Bach was as prolific. In 2018, Ken Corneille formed a chamber ensemble called Infinite Lights for flute, clarinet, tenor sax, electric, acoustic guitar, double bass, percussion, and soprano. This ensemble plays exclusively Jewish music. The last venue that they played was at Rider College in February of 2020 as part of the Peace Islands Initiative. Ken is also a magnificent baritone who in 2018 sang the beautiful Bach cantata number 82, which is called Ich habe genug, which in German means I've had enough, which is perfect for the COVID year. And he sang that with string quartet and oboe. Ken also teaches privately. He teaches organ, piano, voice, improvisation, and composition. Ken graduated from St. John's University with a Bachelor of Arts and from Queen's College, Master of Arts. He studied organ performance with McNeill Robinson, music composition with Nicholas Flagello, and voice with Arlene Adler, who is with us this afternoon. Welcome, Arlene. It's an honor to have you here. And with Maurice Stern. So Ken, there's one thing you left off your biography, and that is you are a mensch. You're a wonderful person, and we're very, very blessed and very pleased that you're sharing your talents with us today. So welcome to Temple Israel, and we look forward to hearing you sing and play the piano.
Okay, thank you very much. The first piece that I'm going to play is actually the first prelude that I wrote back in 2020 on March 15th at the beginning of this whole thing of COVID. And wrote and wrote until I ran out of steam in February of this year. So this is the very first piece of that set of pieces that I wrote. The next piece that I'm going to sing is a piece that I wrote, and it's a Misha Baron. It's a prayer for healing, which I think we all need at this point, okay? And it's usually done on a Friday evening service. It could be done on Saturday. It's sometimes done, but usually it's done on a Friday evening service. Just before, I guess when we get into the, not the Torah, yeah, just before the Torah is read, actually. Okay. Anyway, so let me play. The next two pieces are definitely a contrast between the first and the second one. And they were written by Komitas Vertapet, who was born, his name was Soghomonian, but is known as Komitas. He was born in Kütahya, which was part of the Ottoman Empire, and moved later to Paris, where he died. Komitas was an Armenian priest, musicologist, composer, arranger, singer, and a choir master. He also is considered the founder of the Armenian National School of Music. The first piece is called Krank, which means crane, and it's very dramatic. Krank was Krank, aşkların fabrikasyon. Krank ve aşkların fabrikasyon. Gins ateşler Next piece is called Chinares. Chinares, Chera, Mani, Ya, Ya, Ya The next piece is a solo piano piece. It's by Claude Debussy. Again, most of his music was very, very influential with such composers as Maurice Ravel and Olivier Messiaen. He was born and he actually died in Paris. Of course, traveled to Italy when he won the Prix de Rome. And this piece is called Gollywood's Cakewalk, which is the 6th piece from his Children's Corner Suite. The next piece is a piece by Avram Brunio. Avram was a well-known musician and composer in the Vilna ghetto in Lithuania. Many of the ghetto's most successful songs were his creations, Freeling being one of them. One of the rare love songs written in 1943. The words of Freeling were written by Shmurk Kaczynski. I'm butchering the name, but I'm doing the best I can. He perished in the Estonian concentration camp in Kluga.
und kann nicht und ihnen kein Ohr. Strom ist mein Lieber, betrocknener Liebe, an Menschen, was so klappt am Ohr. Es leicht auf mein ist der Himmel der Bläue, was auch ich ist der Froh. Ich steh die Abwendler, der in dem Feuer, der Wiesel weiß das war mein Träume, und mit mein Liebster, mein Treuer Sohn. Heut deine Blicke Freude, und wenn dein Tanz rettest du mein Glied. Heut deine Blicke Freude, und wenn dein Tanz und rettest du mein siehst mein Ohr in Frieden, Gott wieder gekommen, seit Lied Gott singt dein Schlag nach dir. Ich seh nicht, wie ich seh, mein Lord, die Blumen, die Frieden des Exodus sehen. Die Stunde verloren, denn Gott ist frei, sie bleiben in Siegen der Krieg. Mein Feier, der Liebste, wo bist du verfallen, wo bist mir Gott und sie. Das war mein Träume, und mein Liebster, mein treuer Sohn. Und deine Blicke Freude, und wenn mein Herz und rettest du mein Frieden. Und deine Blicke Freude, und wenn mein Herz und rettest du
The next piece is called Modima Nachnulach, and it's a song of gratitude. I'm going to sing it a cappella because originally I had that feel to it. You know, I put an accompaniment to it, but I think I like it better a cappella. So I'm going to sing Modima Nachnulach.
Modima Nachnulach, Modima Nachnulach, Shvata Adonai Eloheinu, Ve'Elohei Avotenu, Ve'imotenu Leolam Ha'ed. Node Teka usape, tequila teka, alcayenu, amsurin, beladeka, de sinistrotenu, apracutola. Vevanni seca coiani manu, Veani proteca, sed pure pere vacoiche, vet sovrani. Modim anacula, modim anacula, Shatahu Adonai Eloheinu, Shatahu Adonai Eloheinu.
Now, in your program, I put down Solace, but I'm actually going to play another piece by Scott Joplin. Scott Joplin, in his time, wrote over 100 ragtime piano solo pieces, okay? Scott was born in Texas, and he died in New York City. He came to New York to make his fortune. This particular piece is called the Bethana Waltz. It's just one example of all of his piano music. Next piece is by a really prolific Italian songwriter, although later he became a British citizen and he taught music in England. He has written many, many songs which are remembered for their light, expressive, singable melodies and also their sweet sentimentality. Paolo Tosti. I'm going to sing Amo ancora.
Allora che cando l'onde della sera, cogli l'amata vita sul braccio, le sul fogli anfellana di preghiera, potranno ti prodere quanto scambiato. L'ultima foglia ti cadrà sul cuore, col ricordo del tradito amore. E se per fiore ripensi allora, e se ti io t'amo ancora. Se io t'amo ancora e se la squilla lontana piangerà marente il giorno a ciel rivolti alla pupilla e il mio amore a te farà di se mi travisti a te se penso io, chiede del fallo tu e con torna al mio cuore e potrà dirti allora se io non io t'amo ancora.
The next piece I'm playing and singing is from, I don't remember the suite. There's a suite of songs, but it's by Robert Schumann, the German composer, pianist, and influential critic. He is widely regarded as one of the greatest composers of the Romantic era. He married Clara Wieck, Clara Schumann, who was the daughter of his piano teacher, Friedrich Wieck. Schumann has written many works for piano, symphonic works, and many songs, and one that I'm going to sing is Ich rolle nicht.
Ich rolle nicht, und wenn du störst, komm nicht. Ewig verlorenes Lied, ewig verlorenes Lied, ich rolle nicht, ich rolle.
The next piece is an andante, one of the preludes that I had written during the period of time between March of 2020 and February of this year. The next piece is written by Charles Gounod, and French composer, had written many sacred choral works and had 12 operas that he had written, of which the most popular is Faust, which was written in 1859. Avant de quitter ce lieu is the Invocation Arya from Faust, and I'll sing that now. The next piece, you all know, it's called You Raise Me Up, but I bet you didn't know that it was written by Brendan Graham and Rolf Loveland, the Norwegian-Irish duo known as Secret Garden. They are creators of the song You Raise Me Up, first performed in 2002, that Josh Groban had made famous in this country around 2004, 2005.
When I'm down and all my soul is so weary, when troubles come, my heart burning me, then I am still and wait here in the silence until you come and sit a while with me. You raise me up so I can stand on mountains. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong when I'm on your shoulder. You raise me up to all that I can be. There's no life without its hunger. Each restless heart, it's soaring perfectly. But when you come and I am filled with wonder, sometimes I think I glimpse eternity. You raise me up so I can spend the night. You raise me up to walk on stormy seas. I am strong and I'm unashamed. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be. You raise me up to more than I can be.
The next piano solo piece is by George Gershwin, who we all know is our classical American composer, pianist whose compositions span for both popular and classical genres. He is famous for the music he created for Porgy and Bess, of which Summertime is a classic. I'm going to play a piece called Promenade, a solo piano piece. Here's some of his shorter pieces. The next piece I'm playing is a piece written by Joseph Miro. He was a Russian-born composer known for his work in film scores in Hollywood in the 1940s and 1950s. He was nominated twice for an Academy Award, once in 1947 for You Do, and in 1950 for Wilhelmina. This song, I think you all know, perfect for this time of the year. It's called You Make Me Feel So Young.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel that spring has sprung. And every time I see you, I'm such a happy individual. I won't have you speak. I wanna go where I find a seat. I wanna go and dance with you, just like forever. You and I are just like a couple of clocks running across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me nots. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful thing to be done. When I'm old and gray, I wanna feel the way I do today, because you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung, bells to be rung, and a wonderful thing to be done. When I'm old and gray, I wanna feel the way I feel today. You make me feel so. You make me feel so. You make me feel so young. So young, so young.
Next piece is a piece by Peter Pinder Stearns, whom was born in New York City but died in Vermont, and he served on the faculty of Mannes School of Music from 1957 until 1989. He wrote more than 330 works in all media, including orchestral, chamber organ, and choral works. This is one of my favorite settings of The Lord is My Shepherd. Okay, it's very pastoral. You have to picture an oboe on some of the solo parts. Okay.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters, he restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness, for his name's sake. In the presence of my enemies, though I'm going to slide head with joy, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy, surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life. And I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Okay, the last piece that I'm going to do was written by Giacomo Puccini. Puccini was an Italian opera composer who has been called the greatest composer of Italian opera after Giuseppe Verdi. Nessun Dorma is one of my favorites, and I'm not doing it in the tenor key. Would be no way that I could reach those notes, so I'm doing it in a baritone key, okay? Let me just take a drink of water before I do this because it's a little challenging at the end.
Nessun dorma, nessun dorma. Tu pure principessa nella sua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle e tremano d'amore di speranza. Ma il mio mistero giusto in me, e l'uomo lo son saprà, no se la bocca, dirò, quando ed il mio bacio scogliarì silenzio che ti
Thank you for listening.
Bravo.
And bravo, bravo.
Very, very good. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Great
Yay.
job. Ken.
Thank you, Ken.
Thanks.
Very nice.
Thank you so much. That was wonderful.
Do we have time for questions? A couple of questions?
Well, I first
Well,
want to thank,
what about Burt Bacharach's question me and answer?
Do we or no?
Yeah, we could ask, you could ask me questions.
Okay, I have a question, Ken. I think you have a very eclectic interest in music. You're everywhere. You've touched on every period of music. You've touched on every genre of music. It's endless. So where does this interest in this wide variety of music come from?
By just listening to all kinds of music. Not being, narrow in what you listen to. I mean, there is some music I don't want to listen to, but I try to listen to as much music as I can, various types. Yeah, that's where it comes from.
Yeah, and what I also hear is when you're listening to all this music, somehow you're internalizing all of it because it's pouring out in a wide variety of genres within genres in your writing. Is that intentional?
It just happens. It just happens. I don't know. I mean, we are, our brains are collections of whatever we see and hear and do, So it comes out.
To dovetail on what Annette is saying, I want to thank you for all of the Jewish music that you shared with us and your compositions. And you were the music director and choir director at Temple Avodat Shalom in River Edge for a long time.
Right.
And your understanding of the Jewish feeling of the evocative feeling of Jewish music is so apparent. And tell us about your process of composing the Misha Berach and the Modi Manachnu Lach. They were beautiful.
Misha Berach, Stephen Merkel, who was the cantor at Westchester Reformed Temple back in 2004, asked me to write a Misha Berach because he was singing the same Misha Berachs every Friday night. So I wrote him one and he sang it several times. So, yeah.
Yeah, he was a great cantor.
Great, and the Infinite Lights ensemble, which I have the privilege, honestly, the privilege of playing in. Ken has written many of the things we're familiar with in a whole new way, in almost a new genre, or even a combination of genres. So I don't know where all that comes from, but he puts down the music and we play. And we're really magical. And so dovetailing on what Tamara is saying is that, Ken, I feel that your love and interest in Jewish music has made it possible to do some new and interesting things. Yeah,
I mean, it's also, I've been around a long time now. So you gather more stuff.
Right. And why is that important, Ken? Why is it important? And you've devoted so much time and energy to making Jewish music different. Why is that so important?
Well, because you hear some of the music today is not my cup of tea, if you want to, and I thought maybe if we did something different with the texts and the chords and the music, it might catch on, but it hasn't, but maybe it will, who knows?
Have you had transcontinental?
Yeah, I have a Yiddish piece called Baruchata that I arranged, and it's for Hanukkah, and actually Stephen Merkel again asked me to do an arrangement for string quartet and his chorus with 2-part, and it wound up, because you can't hire a string quartet every Friday night, it wound up, for keyboard and actually 3-part choir, the
Misha Berach and the Modi Manachnu Lach, can you send that off to Transcontinental? That should be interesting.
Well, yeah, I've sent a lot of music to them, but I don't think my name isn't, unless I change it to Cornwitz or something like that. I don't think they're interested in a Frenchman, a French-Irish person.
Well, it speaks for itself. It was
Anyway,
How long have you, Ken, and how long have you been at Avodat Shalom? Were you there when it was
Well, I
just
was
Temple
there,
Avodah?
last spring, and I was there, I came there in 2012. You know, when Ronit Josephson was there, and you know, and then of course she left, and then I was there through the various transitions that it went through. But before that, I was at Larchmont Temple in Westchester. I was there from 2000 to 2008, and I was also at Westchester Reformed Temple from about 1998 until Stephen Merkel, the cantor, died in 2007. You know, he left the world too soon. He had a great voice.
Was Larchmont Temple the Reformed Temple there?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Just for the heck of it with Jewish geography, did you know a Hilda and Cy Dembski?
No, but you know, Freda Mendelssohn, do you know the name?
I know the name, yeah.
Yeah, her husband, Jack, sang in a conservative temple in White Plains, okay? And, but Freda sang there, and she followed Laurie Corson, who went from there to Michigan and then came back to sing at Temple Emmanuel on Fifth Avenue.
That name is not very.
Thank you.
And I want to say thank you on behalf of Temple Israel, and I want to thank Barry and Tamara for sponsoring this amazing concert. I have to say, as wonderful as this was, it would be more wonderful to see you in person and hear you in person.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Amen.
I believe it.
I invite you back to a live performance. Your finale was stirring, and your voice is extraordinary. And I don't think I really can appreciate it as much and virtual as I can in physical proximity. So
It's
I
true.
hope that in the future, it will be
It's
much more appreciated. And I know our audience appreciated the best they could into the sound that this offers, but it's nothing compared to what you can do on the grand piano in our sanctuary. So I'm sure tomorrow we'll be talking to you someday in the future, and all our futures will be brighter as a result. We hope that we can do that in the fall when we find ourselves in better health and less COVID-19. So I want to thank you.
In words, thank you very much.
Really,
Amen,
our
amen,
program.
amen.
You've added to our program and to the steam of our synagogue, and you've kept the high standard that Barry and Tamara expect. So thank you for meeting that standard.
You're welcome. You're very welcome.
Ken, thank you so much. This was a wonderful concert. You took us around the world through all the genres and gave us a feeling for all the different languages and styles. And you've shown us all the beautiful things that you know how to do so well, so elegantly, so seamlessly, and with only one sip of water. That's truly impressive.
Well, I had to sing all morning. I had 3 services this morning.
Wow.
And so we have so many trees around here. I was telling you before that all of them are just dropping pollen like crazy. So everybody that came into the church, eyes were tearing and their nose was running, and so was mine. So I was clearing my throat the whole time. And then I remembered chloroseptic tablets are great.
Well, when you come to our synagogue in person, and we would love that, Peggy, we want to invite you to come also and play your flute. And we have a chamber ensemble in the synagogue, and it would just be wonderful to have you join us and to create music together.
I would love that. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And thank you everyone in the audience for attending and supporting Temple Israel and for being part of this lovely afternoon. It was great to see you all, and to the guests of the synagogue, welcome. We hope to see you again when the world is safer and we can be face to face.
Yeah.
Thank you all so very, very much. And Ken, bless you. You're wonderful. Bravo, bravo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tamara and Barry.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Very welcome.
Thank you so much. It was wonderful. So special.
Thank you.
Have a great afternoon. Signing off.
Nine
Okay,
o'clock.
Bob,
Be well.
Thanks,
Bye.
Bob.